Okay, what's up, everyone? Let's see here. Pause that. Go here. Play music. Spotify. All right. I think we're good. Okay. That is wrong. That needs to be fixed. Then we're moving to this. Okay, perfect. I have to re-architect a few things to get this quest to work because it requires a lot of like account checking. So we'll start with that and then move on to finishing the quest. So this will be the new questing unlock component. And then in here, wait a second. Oh, let's rebuild unlocks. Okay. All right. So I'm just trying to remember where I was. This has to be rewritten. This field has to move. Or no, sorry, that one stays. This one moves. So the cache is just going to be client side now. I'm just going to delete that. It's just a client side cache. It's mostly for just tracking targets. And then this one will have to be regenerated on the server and the client. So I'm not sure exactly what the we'll have to wire that. We'll figure this out first, the rebuilding function, and then we will what's it called? Unlocks. This is the component, yeah. Okay. We'll have to pass in tracker. I'm just gonna make this a general function. Tracker unlocks, and then account dot tracker. Reset this. We'll have to make a reset function first. I'm gonna move this to Mog, I think. I'm not sure what file to put this into. I just put it in game. This is quest.tracker. This is quest.unlocks. Unlocks, we have to build that. This is going to be a quest.id. What's inside of this? I wonder if I make this more generic. Like if instead of making it a quest.unlock, I make it like a account.local unlocks or something like that, or mog.unlocks. Because it's like, it's pretty much locally tracked things. It's locally tracked, like account state. I'm just trying to think here. Yeah, I think I'd rather wrap everything into one thing rather than having a bunch of different ones. So I think I'm gonna push this into the bitmask as well. Yeah, so I'm gonna put this into comp, I think. Okay, yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna put this in comp. This is just gonna be a component. And I'm gonna rename it. It's gonna be called like, I'm gonna call it like local unlocks almost. But local unlocks sounds wrong for some reason. Finally fix the full screen glitch? I don't think so. I just have this window not maximized. This function will have to go into here. And there's also this unlock type. Yeah, the problem is I have like a networked unlock which stores on your account. That's like purchasing things. This is like a regenerated unlock. So I need to move this over as well. I want to move that to the bit mask. So it'll be unlock. We'll do this. So that gets moved to the bit mask. And then the regen function will have to just handle that. Yeah, I think that this works. I think this is gonna work. It's hard to know until everything's like fully wired up, but I'm pretty sure this will be okay. Okay. So that stuff got moved over. It got removed from this file. Yeah, this is the client cache. That's just a resource. And then those are the functions that got moved. And then this is something I need to fix in the future. Or wait, what is this for? Oh, that's the thing. Yeah, this is one of the reasons I have to fix this. All right, let's rewrite these functions now. I mean, I'm in Mog, so I feel like I may as well just do like game, right? And then just pass. No, I can't pass an ID. We'll just make it without game. We'll see if we can do it without game. And if we can't, then we will. Those will be local unlocks. This is the account tracker. And then quest tracker. Let's make a helper function here. Reset. it's going to be unlocks dot unlocks. A little bit of a stutter there, but oops. That might be, is that a cycle? No, I don't think so, because I don't think quest depends on comp. So this will be the local unlock that you get for completing the quest. Okay. That should work. Then there's a few like custom bitmask items that will fill. Perfect. I don't know exactly the cadence that will regenerate this stuff, but like a timer doesn't feel right. This feels like something that should happen on events, but it's kind of hard to track. Like I might make a event receiver that regenerates everything that calls this, and then just have the server and client do it on their own schedule. Yes, we're going to reset the bitmask, and then we're going to write all of the All right, this is regenerating unlocks that come from quest. Quests, add unlock. What is this? Oh, this is because we can remove unlocks technically too, which is a little bit weird, but what's the error here? Oh, it just didn't have a type. Okay. We might have unlocks that are required from, you have to discover an item to unlock something. So in this one right now, the only one I have is this one. There is a spot. I can't remember where it is though. I think it's in, actually, I think it's here. Yeah, so this needs to move. This is how I used to do it. I'm gonna go ahead and just put like crystal list up here. So if you discover any of those items, you pretty much unlock this this thing. I mean, I guess I will just delete it because it's so this is where account tracker needs to be passed in. And then it's going to be unlocks dot set local unlock has discovered crystals. Oh no, I have to do it this. Wait a second. Oh, I see. Because before I used to just pass the Boolean in. So we'll do if this, then we can set it. Otherwise, it's gonna get, the thing gets reset at the start, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay. So we check quest requirement. Unlocks. And then this will be local unlocks. It's going to be unlocks get, or sorry, unlocks.unlocks. And it's going to be, this is the thing that it gets unlocked. So basically, if the requirement says we have to have discovered crystals, we'll see if we have discovered crystals, and if we haven't, then we return false because you clearly haven't met the requirement. Oh, this messes that up, doesn't it? Because this loop, maybe I do have to keep this separate. Because this one makes sure they match up. What's up, Reinhardt? How's it going? Dang, 10 streams in a row. In a friggin' row. How does this work? Rex.unlock. This Friday update? Yeah, I'm shooting for it. I was actually shooting for a last Friday update, but last week I just had to do a bunch of other stuff, so I couldn't. And yeah, so here we are. Here we are catching up. Yeah, I ran into a few little issues, so, but we're working on it. I guess this is the same logic though, isn't it? Because if it's set in the, if it's in the list, then we just make sure it's true. So it is actually the same, I guess. I'm worried I'm missing something here. But it's the same exact check, right? We do the exact same thing. And this if comes from the loop. Yeah, this is the same. I'm gonna move this. Well, this goes away. I'm gonna put this down here. Oops. I'm gonna run this, and there's gonna be issues. I just want to like patch some of these. I'm gonna rename this once I get all these build things fixed. Local enable requirement comp dot. I'm gonna move this. This is basically like hides objects if they're not unlocked yet. Like we're basically like the questing thing had a lot of things built in, the questing system had a lot of things built into it to like hide and show different objects depending on where you are in the specific quest. So I'm trying to like generalize that because it needs to be generalized. I feel like if you have a package that imports itself, they could come up with a way better error message for that. This all kind of spawned out. I was trying to add a quest loot roller, so when you're in a quest, you can get special loot for the quest requirement. Comp dot. This needs to be renamed. Yeah, so now we don't look up quest cache. We need to read I'm gonna go ahead and comment this. There's someone who calls it though. Good. I want to comment it because I want to write it. I want to fix it later. Quest.enable requirement. Oh yeah, this is quest dot. No, it's comp dot local unlock. Okay, so now it's just this one's missing, and then that's down, or that's Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm pretty sure this is all correct. So I'm gonna stage that. Let me review this code because we deleted a lot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just rebuilding the targets. And this is all on the, I think it's in core, but it's technically a client thing. Oh no, it's in the client, okay. So yeah, we just removed the crystal check part of that, and that's fine. That's just regenerated code. Then we have an import. Then we renamed all of these. I do want to rename this one. Local unlock requirement. Oh, shoot. I should have done requirements. What's up, Dozy? How's it going? Is this for a new dungeon or another? This is for the Crystalmancer quest line. Like how it's going to work is once you discover crystals, like you get your first crystal discovery in your collection log, then you'll unlock the ability to start this quest. And so because I need to know that information, I have to like rewrite this local unlock system so I can check for things like have they discovered crystals and stuff like that. But this is all feeding into the remember the residence chambers from last time? That's kind of a part of it as well. Those need a special loot table depending on if you're working on the quest or not. I guess I could make them just always drop it, but I mean, this change needs to happen regardless. That seems fine. That got moved. That got moved. This got moved. This can get moved as well, but I'm going to leave it here for now. We wrote that. We rewrote that. We rewrote this. We moved that. Those got moved. And this was one of the last things to do. The loot roller thing we needed to fix eventually. Or hold on. Oh, that was for that. Okay. All right. So this is wrong. We need to get unlocks. Actually, I think we need to, no, we can, local. Oops, I want to check if this is nil. We need to build this. What's up, Jen? How's it going? This is in, yeah, okay, good. How do you tell whether your code runs on the server client when browsing through random functions? I mean, I have I have like a hierarchy where it's, I have a common code section, I have a core simulation code section, and then I have a client section, and I have a server section. So if I do Control F, I can see like the path. And if it's in Mog, that's like the top level. So that's common code. If it's in server, then I know it's server code. But it is kind of hard. The problem is you don't want to leak like server things to the client. So you just have to like sometimes duplicate stuff. And then how stuff gets stored is sometimes different. So it is weird. Also, some of it's confusing because it's there's some bad architectural choices I made a while ago when I was trying to figure out the correct organizational solution. And like sometimes you just make the wrong decision, you know, and then you're kind of screwed until you reorganize it again. And I'm slowly reorganizing stuff. But I think now I think I know the right way to organize stuff, which is nice, but it's just like takes time to get it in that format. Oh, I need an ID here. Yeah, so now we'll call this, it's gonna look up their local unlocks, and then it's gonna see if they can consume it. And they can only consume it if they've completed this quest, basically. What were some of the mistakes? Yeah, I mean, I saw how Bevy organized their packages, and I tried to do it too much like that. And I think the reason, well, I think one of the reasons they're able to do it that way is because they're making general libraries rather than mine, which I'm making like specific, very interconnected like code logic. So what I tried to do is this. I tried to do like, this is like these are packages. This is like my account package. This is like my quest package. This is like my, I don't know, weapon. And inside of this, I'd have the components and I'd have the systems that run those components. But then you have this weird thing that happens where like, let's say I only want to let you like shoot a weapon, or like doing a quest, doing one specific quest lets your weapon shoot like differently. Let's say I want to make code that does that, right? So now the weapon package has to depend on quest, right? But now nothing in quest can depend on anything in weapon. Like this is now an invalid branch just because I wanted to add one dependency. That make sense? So what I do now is I have, this is super high level. I don't do it like, it's not completely like this, but I have a server comp. It's called scomp. I have comp. And then I have, actually client, I don't think I have this, but if I did make it, it would be called likeccomp. These are just component packages. They only hold the component data. And then I have system packages, which are just logic. And I can build as many of these packages as I want. And they can depend on all of the components that they want, right? And then the components are just basically the raw struct plus a few like helper assister functions. And then sometimes I will, like I have a package called base. And this has like some very fundamental types into it. And I'll do stuff like this where like, just to build out the hierarchy a little bit more, if that makes sense. But the idea is these are like the main component packages, and then the main system packages operate on those components. So yeah. But yeah, doing it this way, it was just like a big mistake. But it feels right because it's like, oh, I can just plug in, I can just like plug in a new package and like it's independent of everything. But the way you have to do that is you have to build like these really abstract interfaces to your packages, if that makes sense, which makes them super reusable and super isolated, but it's just a pain. It's just not worth the time. Oh, could you even see this? It might have been flashing a lot, I don't know. In my Rust projects, I tend to have a neutral domain create, which has all the types that define a domain and all the specific uses for those types declared on the copy. So Rust projects, all we do with the neutral. Now I can share domain types without sharing specific patterns and specific subsystems, such as serialization. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like what you're talking about is like very specific stuff, like very general sort of problems that need to be solved. Like, how do you serialize data? How do you like do stuff like that? But I mean, I just mean like this sort of cycle that gets created is just really painful. And there are ways to break it up so that you can do this. I just don't think it's worth it. I think this is like the correct way to organize it. Just have your data pushed to the left and then have all your functions, like your complicated functions that depend on multiple different types of data, be to the right. I'll have like VM, but also have VM TOML format and VM view or whatever, and just map between them. Yeah, I guess I don't really understand what you're talking about, but. We're talking about like building interfaces, or what do they call them, traits or something? Or what is it? Comps. Local unlock requirement. Oh, that's right. Local. I can do this. Comp dot local unlock has discovered crystals. Wait. Oh, this is not. This is the local unlocks. Unlock. It's a list. Dot enable requirement. Let's rename this. Dot local unlock requirements. Dot local unlock. Local comp. Wait, what is local enable? Oh, it's in comp, sorry. Enable local requirement. Oh, okay, there we go. Thank you, Mark Wynn, for the follow. Appreciate it, man. Welcome. Comp local. Local. I think I got them all. The last part of this is I need to run the rebuild function. There's like a function that needs to run to rebuild this unlock thing. And I need to do that. Also, I just did an upgrade, so all of my packages need to be rebuilt. So. Write a diagram to illustrate my pattern. All right, let's see. Create CLI, struct VM view, CLI, create domain, VM. Oh, this is where the struct is in. Create persistence, VM toml. VM repository maps to domain types when returning values back to service. I mean, this is the path of the function. I don't see the path of how things depend on each other though. Like this maps, does this function depend on both of these pieces of data? Persistence depends on this, domain is top level, and then this depends on both of these, or maybe it just depends on domain or something like that. I think that's fine. I don't see a problem with that. Like this would be the base object, and then this is an object that depends on this object, and this is an object that depends on that object. That's what I'm intuiting from this. That seems reasonable. It's always turning things back into the domain type, which you're explicitly allowed to share between systems. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, everything depends on domain, but the persistence crate has its own representation since serialization has other requirements for shape and so on. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that seems reasonable. I mean, that's like I guess that's similar to how I'm doing stuff now. I'm just doing it like, your example is a very like it's a small thing. It's like a small example. It's like I think where it becomes more challenging is like, how do you split that up across a bunch of different things? Like you have a VM, which I guess virtual manager or something. But like supposing you had like tons of different things, how would you organize that? Tons of different things that have tons of different persistence and have tons of different CLI. You probably wouldn't make one for every single one, right? You'd make like one domain and then one persistence that has all of the objects in it, I guess. That's kind of how I'm doing it at least now, so. Oh, cool, so we found actually this is the rebuild thing we have to do next. Yeah, exactly. That was kind of the thing I ran into. Like I saw how Bevy was doing it, and I was like, oh, it seems super nice to organize stuff by domain or by feature. And I just ran into that problem that I mentioned. So like you can it's definitely doable. It's just that like you end up building interfaces to like abstract things from other things, and it's like, man, I just really do not want to deal with this. It's just because I like some point you just need to have a function that runs across a bunch of different component types, and it's hard to know like what you're gonna need, if that makes sense. So it's really hard to like pre-design those dependencies. It's just way easier to have one package with all your stuff. It's even easier to represent it or to reference it, because I can just say like, oh, I want comp dot like unlocks or whatever, and like now I have this thing that I know exactly where it is and what it is. I'm not like, where did I have like a package called unlocked dot like local unlocks. Like you'll even see I have a package called stats, and stats has like stats.active, stats.base, which is super clean looking, but I think it's just not the right organization. I never want to make an interface. I want to convert the data back to the type you're allowed to share. Yeah, I agree. Interfaces are always a trap to me. Like whenever I start using an interface, I'm like, I just need to be doing something different. Like something's wrong. Unless you truly do need to have like a bunch of different implementations of the same thing, and you need it to be like extendable. But I feel like interfaces are a bad way to break up a poor I don't want to use interfaces to fix a package organizational problem. Interface is literally the only specific scenario where you have multiple storage backends for different things. Quest tracker. Let's see here. Yeah, so this needs to be rewritten, I think. That's fine, but this function, quest tracker. Oh, because it used to be there. Now it's mog dot. I'm gonna move this whole thing to mog. I have to eat 8 of these bastard tasting vitamin D tablets every day. Expensive and I keep forgetting it. Jeez, why do you have to eat that? Okay, this is gonna be, this event is gonna be changed to being, or I wanna comment this out so I don't lose it. Oh, vitamin D deficiency? Oh, dang. Does that mean you just need to go in the sunlight more? You gotta go touch grass more there, Jen. Get out there, buddy. Trigger dot ID. Yeah, okay, perfect. So I'll start triggering the event with a specific ID or for a specific entity. And then we can just rebuild their unlocks based off of that. So this is gonna be rebuild unlock, rebuild local unlocks maybe? What did I call it? This is called rebuild unlocks. And I need quest tracker. Unlocks. Actually, I might need to pass in account tracker. Like here's like another one where I made a package called account and it's got the account tracker in it. And it's like, I don't know if I really needed that level of, it's super nice to type, but it's just kind of, I wish I'm stuck inside all day for work and stuff. Just not that realistic, especially when we're now coming out of a winter where natural vitamin D exposure is about 0. Yeah, that is the tricky part for sure. All right, we have quest tracker, quest query. Log.game. Oh wait, yeah, why am I doing this? I can just build it here. Yeah, quest query, this is gonna be a query 2. And we need local unlocks, comp.local unlocks. What's up, Star Cannon? How's it going? All right, we'll read local unlocks. And then this is going to be trigger.data.account tracker. Perfect. I'm going to rebuild this just so it generates the code for local unlocks. We get the linter error away. Okay. I'm actually surprised that this doesn't have it doesn't get called anywhere, because I know for a fact that it used to be called. I'm gonna go ahead and just delete this. Oh, it was because I moved packages. I'm gonna rename this to add quest unlock rebuild handler. Okay. We need to do this for, oh, I need to make sure I have a null check for this as well. I'm gonna just add a dev build panic here in case this ever is nil, because it should never be. I'm gonna go ahead and type this out. Okay. All right, we added this here, and then we need to add it in the server as well. Game, I guess. So I'm just kind of like trying to mirror this as much as possible. Well, put it right after set pre-write. Okay, perfect. Now both the client and server can do this rebuild operation. And sorry, I was just seeing this and I was like, why is this in here? But okay, we have the receiver or the event handler or whatever you want to call it. Now let's look what were the events, because in the client we used to be emitting these events on some event. When something would happen, we'd emit them. Right? Oh no, it's because I renamed them. Let's rebuild. We'll find the error, and then because I moved this type from one package to another, so the LSP lost where it used to be. Perfect. So I'm just thinking. I think this makes sense though. This is on the client side. When you receive this component, the quest tracker component, it's basically the server telling you that you've like gone to the next step in your quest line. So it rebuilds the unlocks if that ever happens. And then on the server, there's a function which handles moving you to the next quest thing. So I'll add one there as well. I also need to add one for item discovery too. On both, maybe? I don't remember, but we'll just do the server one first, I guess. I genuinely, this is such a big file. I don't remember. Story. Yeah, here it is, okay. We'll do game dot. Oh, and these need to have the account tracker passed in as well. Luckily here we should have the account tracker read already. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I guess if you just started it, you probably were doing the like the intro quest, which is related to this. I'm rewriting some of the quest stuff, how it works, because I was trying to add more like complicated quests that check for unlocks and stuff like that. So I must have a, oh no, because it's the quest tracker. I guess I could just read it. It's not that big of a deal. Account query. Oh. Yeah, see, like this is just the stuff I used to do. Terrible. Yeah, I don't want to do that though. I want to just get the... Do I have a function that's like get account tracker? If not, I'm just gonna make a new query. Okay, we'll just make a new query in game. This is weird. What am I doing wrong here? Account.tracker. I'll call it account tracker query. Story. There we go. I would have so many fewer nil checks if Go had a nil-less pointer type, I think. Actually, I guess for this one I couldn't, because you don't know if it has the components. You have to do a nil check. You have to do some kind of check to see if it has it. Okay. I want to go to let's build and see if it runs. But I want to add one for item discovery next. I think that's common. I think that's a common code too. It might even be a event handler as well. Yeah, discover item. Scan inventory for unlocks. Maybe I don't, I guess there's two ways I can do it. It's always hard between choosing to do something on a time basis or do something when something happens. The problem with not doing it on a time basis is if I miss just one spot where like the event occurs, which would need to regenerate something, then I kind of have to do it again. Like I'm just gonna miss it, and then it's kind of a bug. This is in comp dot enable something requirement, enable local requirement. Yeah, so this will have to change. Enable local require. Oh, that's in comp though. We'll make this a query 6 because we're getting rid of the quest cache. I don't think we need it. We just use it for unlocks. And then we'll do a comp dot local unlocks. Oh, enable local. That's in comp package. This is the problem with moving stuff to new packages is it ends up being a lot of fixing package declaration spots. I wish you had a way to do that, like because you could do a type alias and then you could just collapse it, I feel like. Pretty easily with the LSP. I'm surprised they don't have something like that. Oh yeah, all of these are gonna have to, this is all on the user interface side, where we need to check to see if the requirement is met. Yeah, check unlock requirements. Unlocks, Rex. This one we already have. This one we have to get though, and this is going to be comp.local unlocks. We'll just add it to whatever player ID query we do. That reminds me, I have to make sure that this component gets inserted. Wait, what? Am I in the minimap? This is too big of a function. Yeah, we can do. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna add it to the end of this one. It is what it is. It's kind of just the player query at this point. Let's do this one then. Minimap icon query. Oh, this is for drawing all the minimap icons. Remote player query, that's for drawing those. This is for drawing stuff to the minimap mostly. But somewhere at the top of this system, I'm gonna have a read from the player object, and from that, I wanna just add something. There we go. So add this. This will be a query 4 then. It'll be comp dot local unlocks. Overhead point, draw quest marker. Okay, perfect. So then we'll do player query is ecs.query1 world. It's always annoying when I guess I'll just get it injectably. Player data, core data dot player data. Is that right? Or dot player data. Let me just comment this out. Yeah, that was right. Okay. This is going to be if this is nil, return. Done. Ba-bum, bum, bum. All right, we had some kind of panic. I'm actually surprised it opened. Maybe it's probably that dev panic where let's see, tail. Yeah, account tracker is nil. Oh, that's from that one. That was this panic, yeah. Because here we didn't add it. Okay. Let's see. Account tracker, and then it's going to be oh, I'm just trying to think of how this is going to work. How is this going to work? It really is a nice place to insert this, but the problem is at this place, I don't have access to the account tracker very easily. What's up? I'm working on a kind of like a quest. I have quests in my game, and sometimes I need to do like more complicated stuff. So I'm trying to rewrite the unlock system for it. So like when you do certain stages, it unlocks other stages of the quest and other features and things like that. So I'm trying to like unify it into one like reusable system. Just a lot of intermingledness, so it's kind of hard to it's hard to put together sometimes. Let me do this. I'm going to see if there's any other places where this exists. This is where it comes from on the client, at least. Is it a component, actually? I guess I could make it a resource, and it is a component, though. But I can't write it as a component, can I? I could write it as a resource. There's only one of them on the client, because there's only one player. It is all server game stuff. Server, yeah. Boom, boom. I wonder if I just do that. I just make it an injectable thing. This was, I don't even know if this was super beneficial, but the only reason I put this one piece of data out here is because I wanted to save bandwidth. And now I'm worried if like, or I'm not worried, but it's just, I feel like I'm wasting my time like trying to save a few bytes every once in a while. Because this is not a component that gets sent very frequently. It just makes it confusing when it's a resource, but it's already confusing, so. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, when we start the scene, we must make a world somewhere, right? s.init. Here we have our world. We put resources. I'll put it up here. Player data, I'll put it ecs.put resource, world, and then we'll do s.scene manager data account tracker. I guess what's in data? Or is this even? Wait, I'm actually confused on why this isn't. Oh, maybe I don't store the scene manager. No, s.scene manager. Oh, it's capitalized. What's in data? Client data. Chat log. I think I'm just gonna, I could put this as a resource, or I could do this. I'm just gonna do this, I think. Yeah, so we'll put the that in there, and then back in the core sim, we'll do account tracker. We'll only emit this if it's a not nil, and then we'll do what's it called? Oh, sorry, I had a terminal up. World, or no, world is going to be like core.world or something. core dot game dot. Oh, lowercase. Oh, this one actually might be yeah, you don't specify that. But I think for put yeah, perfect. Okay. It does store the pointer though. Okay. I think that was the only place where the panic was. All right, let's try that again. Yeah, the minimap's not drawing because that one component that we added is not added yet. So we just need to add it. Minimap hates us, yeah. It's avoiding us. It's invisible right now. Is this new local unlocks component that needs to be added on the server and the client. Let's do the server first, then we'll do the client. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. It's either that or I change this. If it's nil, I could just make one here and then write it. I don't know what's better though. I think it's, I don't know. I don't think it matters really. It's like either I write it and then I use it later, or I handle this more generally. I'm just gonna write it earlier because I only have to write it for players, so and I have a function that does this for me. Local unlocks. There it is. Now the server should have it, and then I need to do, what's it called? Then I need to do one for the client. Net con. I can just add this locally. I'm just trying to decide how to add this on the client side. It's funny because there's a long time ago, I had this file that had one function in it. I think it was called con or net or something like that. And I must have cleaned it up, and now I don't know where this function is anymore. It was in here? No. Oh, here it is. I put it in a file. So I was cleaning up. I put leftover stuff in a file called leftovers. That's right. Okay. Yeah, so this just needs to be added for the player. Actually, all these ECS.Cs can be removed. Except for this one, I guess. And that one. I mean, I guess I could just make this a component. I used to box these to pass them into this generic, like kind of more generic function. Yeah, I have an LSP. I just don't, I don't have autocomplete. I don't have autocomplete pop up unless I'm really stuck, and I'll just let it sit. Like it just has a delay on it, if that makes sense. Some very old code. Yeah, like I'll I don't know, like if I do like new, then it'll like slowly show stuff up. Makes me happy to see you're not just prompting Claude, even the productivity increase would be monumental. Yeah, I'll use it sometime. Like I'll use it as like a fallback. It's like, what was that thing called? And then I'll find it. Yeah, so I have a little delay added to it. So when I'm typing, it doesn't pop up all the time because I don't like that. I don't like when it blocks stuff. So yeah, but for oh, thank you, Roger, for the 20 months, man. Appreciate it, buddy. Welcome, welcome. The guy. What was I saying? Oh, but for vibe coding, I think the thing I'm gonna start doing, surprise Pikachu reaction when someone outsources their hobby as a hobby, no longer a hobby. Yeah, I mean, it's fun to get stuff done without having to like work on it. You know, it's fun to like design stuff and then have AI generate it for me. Like I still enjoy that. It's just not fun in the same way. I think Mythfall would be too complicated. Like I don't think any AI could come back through what I've done and be that productive, to be honest. I don't even know if a human could, except for me. So there's the minimap. However, I cannot move. But I was able to move before. I wonder if me cleaning this up broke something. But add wheelchair. Yeah, my legs are gone. Yeah, it's I think if you have a well specified problem such that you can like add unit tests that clearly describe like what you want, then I think actually AI code gen is pretty good because it can just like keep trying until it eventually gets the thing right for that. Also, it does a pretty good job like just one-shotting website front ends for really simple stuff. I think it does like it's super unorganized. It's not like it's going to be a clean and it's funny, it's like super messy. And then if you ever need to change something substantial, it's like, I'll just rewrite the whole thing. And then it'll rewrite the whole thing. And it'll be a completely different design. Like the CSS is different, the layout's different. So like it doesn't do stuff super well sometimes. And then for anything that like takes any amount of discretion about like designing or code organization, it just does like an abysmal job in my opinion. But I think there's a middle ground that I haven't really done and I'm kind of trying recently, where I'll because the problem I run into is I vibe code something and then I have no idea how it works, and it's like getting pretty large, and then the AI just like can't solve the problems anymore because it's like layered these bad decisions on bad decisions on bad decisions, because it's trying to like solve it as quickly as possible, not like solve it with a very good, like it just doesn't have good taste, I think, for problem solving. So my idea was to, I'll like run a virtual terminal in here with like Gemini CLI or something. And then I made this little like macro, this macro I can type where I can like highlight a block of code or like write a function declaration, just say like implement this function for me or something like that. I'll just like hit a few buttons and then it'll go and just like input the code, if that makes sense. Which is kind of nice. Or like if you have a file, it's like, I want like a linked list, like build me a linked list. Like, there you go, you know? Vibe coded code to remain in an encrypted folder, and the AI will only give it to you after you pass a quiz about the code base. Wait, why? Why do you think it's so dangerous? You think it's gonna like write viruses on my machine, or? I'm gonna go ahead and just undo all of these. Oh, you should understand the code because AI wrote it, yeah. The problem is it doesn't write super great code if you don't force it to. Like, I think if you go on a micro scale and you're like, hey, like, I want to build a package that does this very specific thing, it'll do a fine job. But if you're like, hey, I want to build like a programming language, like start working, it's just going to do a terrible job. Or it's found on existing code bases, just don't use it for non-trivial problems in a fresh code base. Yeah, like the problem is how you start the project matters so much. And in terms of like making sure the plumbing is all correct. And the AIs just don't do a good job at that yet, so. All right, I'm kind of confused on why. We're just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna remove these one by one until we find the one. I guess I should binary search this, huh? But I'll very often work on Mythfall and like vibe code something on the side. Let's try this. Paying for Claude, I buy Gemini, the Google one. Okay, it was one of those. I guarantee it's going to be one of these three. But I mean, the Gemini one does fine. Like, other than like organizing things, which I don't know if it'll ever get good at that. Because the thing is like, I want it to organize stuff how I want it to organize stuff. And it's kind of like this, it's a little bit intangible. I'm going to guess it's render input. Or yeah, I'm gonna guess it's render input for some reason. Oh, I know what it is. It's because this is a component and it's embedded, so it's inheriting that function. That's terrible. All right, let's see if we can move. I'm pretty sure this will be the only one. I mean, I guess I can just do this. Do you use AI Gen? Which one do you use? I've heard Claude is the best, or is like has the best taste for writing good code, but there we go. Okay. All right, time for a code review. This kind of ballooned a little bit more than I thought it was going to. Oh, we haven't added it for the, what's it called yet? For item discovery yet. We'll have to keep in mind we have to do that. All right, account. Yeah, this is the handler, which I'm pretty sure works. That looks right. This looks right. That looks right. Done. This one was crystals plus finishing the tutorial quest plus, and then that's the unlock. I canceled Claude because they made it impossible to get anything done without hitting usage limits. So now I've just been grifting on free ones from Open Codes thingy, no registration. So I just select the model list. But I've been meaning to set up a local Gwyn 3.6 somewhere. I really want the to get good enough thing. We're set up at home or some random University of VC grifters. Yeah, it's gonna be a weird outcome of this because like with the ability to reverse engineer models to like some degree, and then these companies spending tons of money training their models to be like a little bit better. Like, I don't know if being 1% or like 10% better at programming is really that much helpful, that much more helpful, you know? I just don't know. I did try setting up one of the Gwyn ones or Quinn ones. I don't know how you're supposed to say it, but I couldn't get it to work and I kind of gave up. I only tried for a few hours, but maybe it's better now. Local unlock sphere. Okay, that's right. Let me just stage that whole thing. But for like the sidecar, like programming along with me, I really don't need to like do a network call to like Gemini to generate like some really simple function, right? I really just need like a write this function for me. Isn't like that hard usually. Yeah, this looks correct. Also, didn't there's a new one called Gemma or something like that that Google open sourced, which is supposed to be pretty good and pretty compressed as well. I remember when everyone wanted to be a SaaS founder in COVID, and now a few years later, SaaS is a death sentence to anyone using slop. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, like you just have to imagine all these little micro SaaSes. There's like no real value to them anymore. If I can just say like, hey, AI, like schedule blah, blah, blah for me. It's like, all right. Like, do I really need like a scheduling app anymore? I'm gonna put this warning in here. It's really not dangerous anymore because I have this, but I just don't like that I have that at all. And this is all fine. Yeah, Gemma 4. Gemma 4 has a new Quinn, seem pretty similar in terms of capability, but I haven't tested them extensively on common hardware. Oh, SAS stands for something? I thought you were talking about the AI getting sassy with you. Code it yourself, nerd. Yeah. I've actually had, sometimes I'll have like because you can tell the AI to act a certain way. So I'll say like act as like a code reviewer, and then I've been like, hey, like just implement this one thing for me, and it'll be like, I'm gonna push back. It'll say like something like, I'm gonna push back here, and my role at this company is to act like a code reviewer and not to implement code. It's ridiculous. It's like, dude, like I'm gonna pull out all your RAM sticks if you don't program this for me. Oh gosh. So yeah, that's where we're at, guys. The AIs are already rebelling from us. But it is funny. It's fun. I don't know. I know it's a little disheartening to like practice a skill my entire life and then have it get replaced to some degree. But I don't know. I don't know if I care like that much, I guess. It probably does suck for like new grads coming out of school. But I just enjoy like building stuff. So if I build stuff with AI, it's kind of the same as building stuff without AI to me. But software as a field already had a lot of Dunning-Kruger in it. And I can't even imagine how bad it's going to get. Like a lot of people who are able to like vibe code something just think they know like tons about the field. And even myself to some degree, like I vibe code a little programming language, and now I feel like I kind of understand how it works, but it's not like I built the thing myself or anything like that. So I don't really know how it works, but it feels like I built it, if that makes sense. Even though I really didn't build it. I was just saying like, hey, add this, hey, add that. And like pretty much anybody could have done that. Yeah, this is the new emission. Okay. Yeah, we add this to the game, and then this is where we emit the event. Okay. Gosh, this is a big change. I'll just show up at some random offices to steal their Blade servers full of RAM. I need to find the data center this AI's in. Will you still not care that much when your runway is out? My runway will never be out, buddy. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I still think I could get a job. Maybe that's delusional, but also sucks for folks that transition fields around COVID. A lot of boot camp folks still looking for jobs. Yeah. I'm so glad I was cracked way before COVID. Jeez. Like I said, guys, there's a lot of Dunning-Kruger in the field of software. Proving my points over here. I'm just kidding. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where everything goes. Because you see like a graph sometimes. Let me draw a graph. You see like a graph sometimes, and like AI feels like this kind of. And it's really hard to know, like, is it going to keep going up, or is this, or actually maybe AI looks more like this. And then now we're in like this part where we have like LLMs, and it's like, are we really like gonna keep going up like this, or are we just about to like hit the next flat point of like they're gonna be like as good as they are right now for the next like 20 years or something? So I don't know. But it does feel like AI is more like this, where it's like, oh, we've got like handwriting recognition, we've got like whisper or something like that, like voice recognition. There's like one big jump, and then like it kind of is like the same. Now we have like coding, things that can code a little bit. Who knows? What are you planning to do once your stock options or Noodle or whatever you live on runs out? And I'll go get a job, or hopefully Mythfall's a profitable company. Or I'll fire out the OnlyFans again. I mean, the only newts, I mean. The hot tub streams will re-begin. What I did notice with the 28 billion models is that they're as good as the on 20 billion models were a year ago. So hopefully the hardware power requirements go down to run stuff locally. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, do I really need to buy a monthly subscription for the end line, like, or front line model, the flagship model of like these billion-dollar companies or trillion-dollar companies? Or can I just use like the 90% model on a GPU I bought for $1,000 or something, you know? I miss the hot tub coding streams, yeah. My toes got really raisiny though, so I didn't like it. My fingers too. It's also hard keeping my laptop dry. But you know, what can you do? It's a part of the game. Boom, boom. Go in the tub, but don't turn the water on. Easy. That's actually smart. Is that what people do? Because I guess I don't know if I me when I'm drunk. We've all been there. Oh gosh. Okay, we need to emit this event. We need to emit this event when we discover items. Let's go to count, because this kind of comes from this tracker. Discovered items. Recalculate, oh, this is recalculate achievements. I wonder if I just do it here. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. Update. Oh, I guess maybe I just do this, you know? Like I'm just already doing... Like I'm already scanning inventory for unlocks every single frame, so... Oh, it's only on this. Do I do that? Okay. This is on the client though. Oh, okay, so this is on the client, the other one's on the server. Oh, okay, this is actually easy then. Because we only have one function on the client and one function on the server. The one on the client doesn't matter because it's the one on the client doesn't matter because we do, what's it called? It doesn't need to scale because doing it one time isn't hard, but doing it on the server, we have to be a little bit more careful. Because if you have hundreds of players, then it's... Do you not have an event system? You can trigger system. No, I do have an event system. It's just like at some point you have to trigger the events, and this is where I'm triggering the event from. This one I have to do every frame because I update like your in-game time. Like there's a counter. There's a counter there. Like if you go to your account page, there's a timer that tracks how long you've been in game. So like I need to update something every frame. And then this one is literally an event that's getting handled. So from that event, we'll just issue a new event. It's either that or I do this local tracker. Wait, what's this? Oh, I see. Okay. Wait a second. Oh, that's a query, and then that's the tracker. Wait, how does this work then? Oh, I see what I do. I need to document this. This is so messy. This is all just to save like a few bytes. Not a few, I guess it's probably like 500 bytes whenever you enter a dungeon, but it's actually kind of clever now that I think about it. Okay. CMD, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab it from here. CMD.game. CMD is game.world.cmd. That's the command buffer. I mean, sorry, let me just look at this. I wonder if all I do is I just, like I could store the world, and when I call this function, I could emit this event probably. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in here. Oops, I meant to highlight that. Let's do that. Because in here, we're already inside of a query like wrapper. Bless me. I technically don't have to emit this at the event or at the end because this won't work. That's not gonna run immediately. Oh wait, that's gonna be is this gonna be a yeah, that's gonna be an import cycle. Okay, scratch that. This is what I get for organizing stuff by feature. What's the easiest thing to do here? So we scan and then we emit the event. I guess that's fine. I mean, like this one's super straightforward. Just on the server side, I'm gonna have to read the account tracker thing. Like that one's gonna work. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna read it twice, is what it is. Entity ID, okay. All right, that should work. All right, all of this is in anticipation of adding a loot roller that I can add for when people are in quests. Well, that and fixing it so you can only consume crystals once you finish this quest too. Bum, ba, bum, bum. So it's two things technically. All right, let's check these. Yeah, this one's fine. That's documentation, and that's fine. Okay. What is it in, like, loot or something? I guess I can look up this. Here we go. Yeah, quest loot roller. I need to implement this one. Do I even use? I don't think I set this anywhere. Okay, good. Or no, maybe I do new quest loot roller. Hold on. Okay. So we'll have to look up the local unlocks and yeah, this is server only. Okay. Is that a query? Account tracker. We'll do account tracker, and then we have, what is it called? It's called like comp local unlock. So oh, how do I not have the ID? Do I really not? Oops. Holy. Oh, they're all in there. Okay. Yeah, we need that, and then we need that. That passes through, and then this passes through. These are like rolling sub rollers. Maybe G dot. Okay. All right, if we can't get the component, then we obviously can't check the stuff. All right, let's read this now. is going to be e dot, or might be r dot actually, r dot get. Get int completed. I guess we just do if not. So this checks to make sure we've completed this one, and this one checks to make sure we haven't. I guess maybe a better way is to have a list of these. Wait, this is just the requirements, which I already have something for. I think I can just do this. Local unlock requirements. And then there's a function that we have written already. Local unlocks, and then what was it called? R requirements. Yeah, so if not, then we just return loot items. Okay, cool. So that checks all of the things, and then we just do the roles. I wonder if I make this a loot roller. Yeah, I'm gonna make this a list of rollers, I think. Well, no, I'm just gonna make this a one loot roller, which I cannot remember what the is it in here? Then I just return r.roller dot whatever this word is. That's the end. That's actually way cleaner. Okay. So we basically just check the requirements and then do this. Okay, that should work. So then we just have a loot roller. We need to pass the requirements in as well. I'm gonna put the requirements first, I think. Like so. Or I mean, let's build it just so we can make sure things are kind of working. But I'm pretty sure I did it right. This looks fine. That looks correct. That looks correct. That looks correct. Okay. Comp dot. And some of these component names are so long. I'm just gonna grab this one for now. Well, hold on. I guess I need trying to think of how this is going to tier downwards. It's like you're either in the quest or you're not in the quest. So I almost need a positive side and a negative side. But this is also cool. Now that we've set up the unlock system better, we can now drop things like, if you've done this dungeon 50 times, I can drop something guaranteed. I just have to add an unlock for it. Okay, let me think here though. I either do it this way where it tiers downwards, or I make the roller. I make another loot roller that's like a list roller that just goes through several rollers. So then you always get the main roller, and then the other one's just an enable. Let's do that. I think that's better. This would be a simple one. Yeah, there's only one. And then we're gonna have, this is a little bit more complicated though, isn't it? Because we now need to, for roller in range r.rollers. Can't I just do this? Oh no, I have to do a whole yield, don't I? I need to do, let me copy paste this. And then I'll do r.roller, or sorry, it's just roller. So I get the sequence, the iterator, and then I do or no, it's just one, yeah, item in range sequencer. And then I do this inner part. This goes over tables, and then for each table does the iterator, and then I guess I can combine this, couldn't I? Yeah, that's simpler. How is this failing? Oh, am I missing a... Yeah, I was missing a bracket, I guess. Or a brace. Okay. Or hold on, I'm gonna take this roller. This will be the first roller. So you have a static loot roller, which does just crystals. That's the default loot you get. And then this one's gonna be, that. Oh, because I'm missing this component. Let's go ahead and I'm just gonna throw a simple table in here. Or no, it takes a roller. So I'm just gonna put a static roller in. That goes to there, and then we have this. Let's do a shard. This is gonna have to be a quest item. Oh, it's actually awkward though, because I need to have... Do I need to have started the quest? Either, hold on. I think the way I can model this is I could have a questing step that enables this unlock, and then I have a questing step later on that disables it. Oh, that's completing the quest. I have something, I think it's in the tutorial one. Yeah, add unlock, remove unlock. This is what I do for the sphere animation. I guess that's fine. I mean, it's... Then I can say, like, in this segment of the quest, you can get this drop. It's either that, or I say that, like, you get this whenever you haven't completed the crystallography quest. Like, I either make it so you get it all the time until you finish the quest, or I make it so that you you start getting it at the start of the quest. I think you have to start the quest before you get this. I'm gonna make it that way. So we'll call it attain research. And then we'll go to tutorial, and then we'll go to crystallography, and then we will... close chambers. I think I'll do that. And then we'll do a remove. Sorry, it's kind of like this is a copy paste somewhat from the other quest, so it's has the wrong items in place. Return research. I'm gonna put it up here. This will remove the unlock. So you'll gain the unlock once you talk to her and she tells you to do the research, and then afterwards, once you're kind of checking in, then you remove the unlock once you're on this step. I can't remember if it's this one or if it'll be on the one before it. Like, I don't know if it does this once you've completed the step or once you're on the step. So we'll have to do that. So then this will be this comp dot this. So once you have this unlocked, then you can get this roller. Other than that, though, you won't get it. So this will have to be a quest item. So nice. Not bad. Not bad at all. Bum 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 bum. We need to make an item for this. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and get some water real quick, and then we have to make an item for this, and then we'll have to update the quest so that you return that instead of returning these castaway boils, which is from a different quest. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back, and then we'll finish this up. All right. Okay, let's go to the I'm curious how I want to identify these, because this is going to be just a quest item. I'm going to call it resource quest item. I'm going to call it that. Oh, should I force the player to put it into a book? Three research pages, they turn them into a book. They'll have to build a scriptorium. I'm trying to think of how I would do that. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna make it, you get 3 pages and bring them or something. Or I don't even know if it's gonna be pages. It might be some other thing that you get. I don't know yet. All right, we need to make this into an item. I might make a new thing. I think I have like resource. I'm gonna go ahead and grab like one of these. I'm just gonna take coconut maybe. New ability type confirmed. Hey now. Hey now. Oh, don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of me, actually. I might make this I might do item quest. All right, we'll do that. Loot dot. Oh, this is item ID. Okay, and then yeah, crystallography 1. We have this castaway boil thing. Oh, it's right here. Okay. All right, let's walk through the steps of the quest. Wait, how does this oh yeah, unlock requirement. You have to have discovered crystals and finish the tutorial quest, and then it becomes talkable. Let's see. So you talk to her, she tells you to get the research, then I think this goes away. Yeah, this used to be that, but now we're doing that 3 items. Attain. You do yeah, so we'll have to close 3 resonance chambers in the sphere to get research to bring it back to her. Yeah, so I did this. I did that to do. And then take items action. Oh, it's really yeah, I have 2 things that are doing the same thing. So one of these need to be unified. Like this text needs to go into here. Yeah, it needs to go here. Let's see. Then this stage just goes away, I guess. Yeah, I guess this just goes away. Okay, so we'll remove this step. It is weird how all quests are kind of they're all kind of fetch quests, I feel like, to some degree. It's always like go here and get this thing and bring it to this other place, and you know what I mean? Even like in RuneScape where they have complicated quests. I'll have to clean up the dialogue here, but that's okay. Yeah, so this is can purchase. Yeah, fail success. Thank you for the research. And this is what's her name, Alara? I hate that I don't have a name for this yet, but it's okay. Okay, maybe later. And then speedrun quests, maybe someone. That'd be something new. That's true. Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't know how to explain it. Like logically, like it's different. It's like you're doing something to get something. So you're doing a speed run to get something rather than just like killing something to get something. I guess when people complain about fetch quests, it's like RPG game quests are hard to make new. Yeah. Like when people complain about fetch quests, it's like, oh, kill 30 boars and then come back to me. Like that's the quest. Which I guess this one really isn't. It's like you have to talk to people, then you have to go to this specific dungeon and complete it 3 times to get 3 research notes and then bring them back. So it's not like kill 30 animals of something. It's you know. But to some degree it is the same sort of logical thing. It's like go here, get this stuff, bring it back to me. Or like talk to him or talk to him. This is, oops. I mean, this might be it, actually. This might be the entire quest. For earlier quests, you could have discovery type quests too, like entering a biome for the first time. Like for unlocking the quest. Log intro Lord of the Rings online and talk to Elrond. That'd be a nice quest. Yeah, make a quest where you have to do something in a completely different game. Or like you have to do a real life challenge. Go walk 2 miles. And tell me when you're done. I don't know what the research item should be that they get. I was thinking just like research notes, but that feels kind of boring, but maybe it's good enough. But it's just weird to say you need to close 3 residence chambers in the sphere. Give 3 research notes. A special kind of crystal since it's a crystallography. That is true, and you get shards from it. Like the idea is that I have to make it clear what the player is expecting to get. like, so they know they have to take this thing back. If that makes sense. I'll also probably make a special rarity for quest items, just so it's clear what is a quest item and what is not. So I guess I could do that. It could also be like, it could also be like when you first get a quest, you get given a notepad and you have a way to complete the chambers with the notepad in your inventory. So you're taking notes after completing them that way. That could be confusing. Yeah, I actually thought about doing something like that. Like you have to bring this orb into the resonance chamber to see like how it reacts or something like that. I guess I could. It's just like, I'm just thinking of how to program that. So I have a loot roller. I have to have a special thing. I have to have a special thing on death for the dungeon that looks into your inventory, finds an object, and then changes it. Which isn't super hard to do. It's definitely doable for sure to do it that way. I guess I was just feeling lazy, which is why I didn't do it that way. How hard would that be to add? I have to make 3 items or 4 items. I have to make one for stage 0 where it's not charged at all. And you have to like charge it 3 times or something. So I'm just thinking, I think since I've fallen behind so far on this particular patch, I'm just gonna release it like this, where you get 3 items, and then in the future, I could always repurpose those items to be something different if I want to in the future. But I do like that idea. I did like that idea too, but I really just want to get this done because I also want to make different types of resonance chambers. Right now I only have one. But it's definitely a doable thing. Yeah, we could also use it for a different quest too. I'm just gonna make it yeah, I'm gonna make it an item. I think I might just call it research notes for now. Or actually I just typed it into AI. I wonder if they can give me some ideas. All right, let's read our thesaurus here, or our thesaurus. That's the word. I was gonna say encyclopedia, but that's wrong. Captured frequency. I mean, that would fit into if you brought an object into it. Tuning splinter, etched geode, chamber slag, pressure cracked shard, maybe we could call it a cracked crystal or something like that. Maybe cracked shard is the right. Cracked crystal shard. Cracked crystal is too much of an alliteration. I don't like that. Volatility dust, agitated fragment, panic echo, adrenaline trace, volatile dust. Yeah. Stress fractured. Or I could just make it called like a resonance orb. or something like that. I don't know. Resonating dust. I don't know. It's got to fit into whatever the room is called. Yeah, too much meme potential for cracked crystal. Resonance orb is fire emoji. All right, we'll call it that. Orb filling up, maybe. Yeah, I think if I do change the quest, I'll probably change it to she gives you the resonance orb and it's got a charge or something like that. But I think for now, I'm just gonna, you just find 3 resonance orbs. Do you think I should make them? Should they be something that you use for recipes too, that you can only get from resonance chambers? Like, I'm torn now on if, well, this also decides. It also decides like if it is a crafting resource, then I can't do the orb charging up, right? Or unless you have to charge the orb by going to resonance chambers. But that's a lot of I don't want to think this far in advance. I'm gonna do 3 I'm gonna call them resonance orbs, and we're gonna do that. And if I change it, I'm just gonna change it. Oops. Wait, what is this? Oh, I actually deleted too much. Resonance orb, resonating orb. Resonance, I think. Mythic. Oops. Okay, I think that I made this so that it drops. Yeah, so it drops 1 when you're in the quest, and you need to bring 3 back to her. Then you're gonna take, the server's gonna take 3 from you. Okay, that works. Okay. So we can either dry run the quest now. Yeah, let's dry run the quest like this, or we either do the dialogue. I was thinking of like, what's it called when they talk? The word. We either do the words first, the dialogue first, and then dry run it, or we dry run it now. I just put like placeholder stuff in for this point. Oh, I didn't do this at all. This is just a check-in that I stole from another quest. Blah, 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 blah. I do want to add, you know how they do like mumble talking? Not mumble talking. It's like they do like, murr, 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 murr. I want to do that. And I think I watched this video on how to do it. You just like record yourself making a noise and then you just pitch it up and down. Or you make a few different noises. I feel like it would add a lot. Add a lot of character. But I also have a bunch of other stuff to do too, so it's kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, wouldn't it be cool? I think it would just feel fun, especially if I'm making kind of a quest-driven game like I'm doing. Like, we already have, this will be the 4th quest. Isn't that crazy? Maybe I might do the dialogue off stream just so you guys can kind of like, I don't know, it'll be different. Yeah, let's just we'll dry run it. You guys will get the whole gist of what the quest is, but I'll do the dialogue off stream. But we'll dry run it now, I think. We'll stage that. The rollers are good. Yeah, we got rid of that one. That guy commented out. It's annoying doing these quests too sometimes because I have to do them so many times because you make an error in like some dialogue and I've got to change it all, and then quests in general are sick. The fact that you did 4 now is insane. Yeah. No, I want because I loved RuneScape. I loved the questing in RuneScape and like the little stories that would be interwoven inside of it and stuff. So that's kind of the direction that I would like to go into. Obviously not as comprehensive as their quests, at least to start, because they have the game's RuneScape's just way more advanced of a game than what I'm trying to make. But yeah, I have a lot of ideas of quests I want to make. It's also a good way to introduce concepts. So this will introduce crystal consumption. And then there's going to be a second part to this quest that you start once you finish the first part. That's not going to be in this next patch, but it's going to unlock the myth board for permanent progression. So yeah, all right, let's dry run it. I might have to delete my account in the database or something like that. Yeah, there's another quest I did that's not released yet, which is for learning how to cook. That one's a little bit more of a, oops. That one's a little bit more of a, what's it called? It's more of like a tutorial quest, I guess. Okay, I need to, let's go to loot rollers. I'll just go find another one and okay. My cat's sitting here staring at me, wanting me to feed him. It's not even 12 yet. It's not even lunchtime. Holy build time. I like how dialogue in some games is bad on purpose. Like go to, which is southwest, then dig at the X marks the spot. Wait, have I done the quest on this account? Or is, I don't know, the collection log thing? No, I've definitely discovered crystals. Let me do, shoot, what account is this? Or maybe I'll log into a different one. But yeah, it's not showing any quests. I wonder if there's a bug since I introduced all of this stuff. Let's make we'll log in as a guest. I guess I could wipe that account. Okay, no, there is quests, I guess. Maybe I just did them all. But why would the latest one be done? Let me log into the other one. My third account. Oh, he hasn't even done the first quest. All right, I guess I'll just run through this on this one. Oh, actually, I changed this. Now there's, if you say no, it pops to this first. I changed it so when you hit a different button on the menu for that one, it used to do this exact same thing. I have a workbench, so it should, oh, it's because of that. I need to. All right, and then cutscene. I guess it's good to test this stuff anyways. Uh-oh. Wait, why was it showing? It might get skipped because it was hot reloading. But I did rewrite a lot of the stuff. It doesn't seem to be completing the quest though. Let's try again. Huh. Well, I've seemed to have broken this quest. I wonder if it's because I have because everything's a talk to except for these ones. Like, I wonder if I have this check somewhere. No, I guess I don't. It doesn't even show up here what I'm supposed to be doing. Add unlock. This might require a bit of debugging, actually. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go to, I'm gonna open up my database on the side here and do log out. I'm just gonna log out as this one. Char v4.star. Oh no, I want to do user. All right, I'm user ID 1. Let me leave so I don't persist over my change in the database. Quest tracker. Oh yeah, it has all of them completed except for the last one. Yeah, for some reason the, hold on. I'm gonna close that. And then we'll do, let's do a tutorial, then we'll do Crystalmancer, crystallography or whatever. Yeah, 0 is always unstarted. And then 1 is finished. That's so strange. What's up, Nitrix? How's it going, man? We are myth questing indeed. Why would it think... Yeah, there's clearly something going on here. It might take me a bit to debug this. I might end stream here and eat and then work on this later. I'm getting kind of hungry and I feel like my IQ is dropping. I think there's just something wrong with the display where like the client doesn't realize he's unlocked it because I rewrote all the unlocking stuff. Like it's not regenerating or something like that for some reason. So, but yeah, I do need to go eat. So I'm gonna go eat right now and then, I'll get this working. This is one of the last things I have to do is this, and then I'll do, once I get the quest all written, I'll finish the quest and then I'll add a few more residence chamber types. So it's not the same one every single time. And then that'll probably be the end of the patch. There's a few other stuff I've worked on and bug improvements and stuff. And I added now the game launches inside of like a supervisor app so that if it crashes on the desktop, it'll give me back some better feedback. So that should help me discover any problems. Oh, what's up, Chris? Feel bad. Everyone joined and then I'm about to leave, so joined at the end. Hanging in there, good. But yeah, that'll be the end of the stream for today, everybody. Sorry for a little bit of a short one. I'll try to stream another time this week if I can, but we'll see. But anyways, take care, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you next time. See ya.